Let's talk about why sports leagues need to be rewarding the sports shows that are coming out that are benefiting them. This is coming from me, who is somebody who, one, owns a sports company, two, has worked in hockey for a very long time, and three, I've loved hockey my entire life. Nobody needs to romanticize hockey for me. I romanticize hockey for myself since a very young age. And I don't mean that in the way of like players. I've always, the aesthetic of hockey just always spoke to my soul. Like, I feel like everybody kind of has a sport that kind of speaks to their soul. Mine was hockey. So that is what I'm talking about. Getting dairy-free heavy whipping cream and a milk frother has changed my life. Okay, now let's talk about this because I have thoughts. There is the male viewership and the female viewership, and sometimes there's overlap in how we consume our media, but this is speaking as somebody who owns a sports media company that we are focusing on entertainment, even in our events, even in our apparel. Entertainment is so important, and women love to be entertained in a different way than men most of the time, and I mean this in more of like a broader way. Like, of course there's overlap, of course there's somebody who's going to like something a completely different way than others, and that is okay, but a lot of times there is these big groups that they are attractive to women, and I mean that in the sense of like what we're attracted to when we watch things. And for us, when you combine something that has our interest in it and then you give us a sport, it does make us interested, and that's okay. Honestly, I used to go so back and forth on this for such a long time because I do think it's wrong to objectify players. Let me just put that out there. You can call them cute, you can think what you want in your own head, that's totally okay. You can even say a couple things, but like as long as they're on a very, very like PG level, you know what I mean? Where I think sometimes people put women in a box, and this is so double standards because people don't do this to men, but they do it to women because misogyny, I don't know. But women like to have crushes on characters. Of course men have crushes on characters too, don't get me wrong, but women connect to characters more in TV shows, whatnot. And so men kind of think that women apply that same thing to sports, and sometimes we do. Like, they're not athletes, they're characters in a TV show, and so it blurs a line a little bit. But what people don't understand is that as long as there is a strong boundary there, some people are going to cross the line. That is just how it's going to be forever, but men cross the line all the time. I think we know that. For the general amount, though, it's a vibes thing. Like, when I say I like off-campus, of course I enjoy other parts of off-campus. Duh, that was the point of the show. But for me, it's also like a vibes thing. Like, I would go to a hockey event, like an NHL game, if they had like a heated rivalry theme. I would go to an off-campus theme. But the NHL is like, shut that down because they put the male viewership first. What are the men going to think? What are the male fans going to think? And that is why leagues like the NHL are not going forward as fast enough in terms of media, because hockey is behind as an actual sport. Like, for example, those hockey players going to Drunk Shakespeare in the show. You would never catch a hockey player at Drunk Shakespeare. They just simply would not get it. They won't get it. They will never get it. Like, that's in the current times. And it's because the NHL and all these leagues where we can like implement other things and open up other doors keeps like closing those doors, and standard media also closes those doors. Do you guys see what I'm saying? This is why I really feel passionate about Sports Girls Club and the other women-led sports story platforms, because I see such a strong movement in how we're now consuming media. It's trending a completely opposite direction. You know what I mean? And I think that is something that needs to be highlighted, and it needs to be absolutely in the forefront of these leagues' minds. But instead, they're not saying, how can we invite more fans in? They're saying, how do we appeal to the exact same people that we are always appealing to? Why? That is why the women's leagues are thriving. Thank you. Good night.